You fucked it up. Again. But also me, so let's roll the intro and then I tell you what I mean. Welcome back to another edition of Canneloni's Paintball channel. My name is Canneloni and today I'm gonna show you what's inside the box of First Strike Scout. Also, I want to show you some footage of the FPS range, and first of all I have to apologize because in my German unboxing I made some FPS range footage with First Strikes, with the standard barrel and the Lepko barrel. I now made a better one with a static crony with always the same amount of distance, etc. So it is more consistent than in my original video. Take a look later in the end of the video to see what the FPS range is. But first, let me show you what's in the box. First Strike bring you this wonderful First Strike Scout in this also very amazing high quality cardboard box. Well, who bought one of the first T15s know what I mean. You've been greeted in the box with one maintenance sheet, which is pretty pathetic. But then, after thinking you get a big old box with nothing inside, you get all these goodies inside. Let's show them one for one. First, you get a tank with a free floating stock, which is a little bit of a mess because it's just free float and it's held in place by a small amount of M3 double-sided band. And basically I got this about 10 minutes under pressure, but still it's already moving. So basically when I screw the tank in the marker and I forget to put these off, I can just turn around the whole thing. You see, I hold the bottle and it's, yeah, I think it's working better on the marker. Now, here. Very good thinking, First Strike. Free float stocks are the best. Inside the box you get also another box where is contained one barrel stock, one package where normally the manual, let's call it so, is two small rails to attach with the MOE system to your marker and two ball detents. The manual, which is very short, lack of all informations, and there are no really how to maintain your marker informations in it. So basically you're stuck with what is inside, how you can assemble and disassemble it, but no information about which O-ring you should oil, which stuff is important, where you shouldn't put oil in. So it's, yeah, a very, very good handbook. Also included the pieces for the rails, two imbus keys for the putting on the rails for some of the screws of the marker, but not all of the markers. So basically if you wanna disassemble the whole marker, you can't, because you need another additional imbus, which is for sure not very expensive. So good job, First Strike. And at last you're getting two of the new 11 rounds version 2 magazines. Let's show it. As you saw on the magazines, there is already a little bit of wear off. I should have shot about, I think right now it's about 600 to 700 first strike through it. basically it works, but there are some stuff with which I'm not very happy. But I come later to it. First, let's show off the rest of the thing. And this is the Scout itself. It is fully metal, just the grip knots. Everything else is full metal assembled. It's very sturdy, but there are some issues with this gun which I wanna talk with you. This is the gun assembled. It is pretty nice in the hand. It weighs a nice amount. It is of course everybody's choice to like a bolt action marker which looks almost the same like a T15, but those are aesthetics. I don't care about aesthetics. I play the MG100. I played every other McFeed marker out there, or played it at least for some time. Well, I'm not the guy for design. I like when it works, and if it don't work, then fuck it. And I have some issues with the Scout. First of all, it works relatively okay. But for a marker where you're paying, I think in the normal state about, for us here in Germany, 750 euros. And you're getting only a normal smooth barrel with it. I would expect more from the functionality. First of all, which I'm not very happy about it, is that for disassembling this marker, you have to put out 4 small screws, which are also getting locked due to the shooting process. So basically you screw them in, and then later when you shot some 100-200 rounds through it and you want to open your marker again, at least at one of those screws you will think, oh fuck, will my imbos break? Because it's getting a little bit twitched over. I don't know. I really need to ask First Strike, why didn't you could make some push pins inside? There is enough room inside here. You could make this with push pins and not bother the people to having 3 imbosses to disassemble this marker. Also the 4 screws are just shit. Yeah, and basically after every time you want to maintain your gun, you are anxious one of your imbos will break. Yeah, okay. Like said, the FPS range is not so horrible as I thought it is, but this we will at least see later. But first let us talk about, the gun takes also version 1 magazines and of course version 2. First let us talk about those version 2 magazines. First Strike, could you please get your shit together and start making First Strike rounds which are consistent? I had about last weekend, I tested the gun, I ran it over the chrono station, I shot her in with the scope. I also run about 150 First Strikes further in the game. But I had in about 400 to 500 First Strikes, I had about between 30 and 40 catches of the First Strike because they were too big. Some of your First Strike rounds were so big that the spring, which had which were pushing against the First Strikes from the button, did not have the strength to pull the First Strike out. I mean, this one in particular is just one of the First Strikes, which will be pulled out in a second, because this one was a normal size. But as said, I shot about 400 to 500 First Strikes, and about between 30 and 40 of them were stuck here. Some in the middle of the mag, some in the end of the mag, but basically the spring had not enough force to push them out because they were so big that the ball catch get in the fins and then the first strike wouldn't come further. So basically, first strike, please get your shit together in production of first strike rounds. This would be really great. I like first strike products, or better say, I like to shoot first strikes rounds, but at the moment only out of my MG100s, because it's a reliable, their mags are big enough so they don't disturb with your very strange size quality proving at your factory. So basically at the MG100 I don't have any problems, but it's a little bit hard, it's a little bit annoying or sad. I don't know the best expression for it, but I am very much disappointed to having a first strike marker with first strike magazines with first strike rounds where I have about 10% failure quote. This is basically not really acceptable. And I really hope, and I'm repeating myself here, get your shit together first strike with first strike rounds. I like them. I shoot about at least one big box out of in a month out. So you get enough money from us. It would be really nice if we, the players, could get enough quality from you. And then let's come to the last part. Like I said, which was a little bit disappointed is not seeing any product from First Strike for a drop off of the ASA. I mean, you know the market will one. You wouldn't develop one for the T15 if you didn't see the market there. So basically, why did you put a First Strike Scout, a bolt action rifle for first strike, so basically for sniping, but did not thought about making a drop of here? I mean, everybody will take now a riser, will have to buy a drop off, but there is none of you which is for the Scout. Maybe you should consider making one that very fast, then this gun would be at least a little bit more appealable to players. And then I'm thinking, yes, I'm from Germany and sometimes also from Yugoslavia, but you hear it always in the accent, which language I spoke before. So basically my biggest problem with the First Strike Scout is she is pretty reliable, at least she were for me. I had one big problem. I mean, basically you have this air on the system, it is working, you are loading the whole system up, and now we have a problem. When this bolt handle gets a little bit loose, just a little bit, you can pull it backwards, but the bolt won't catch at the sear. So just a little bit loosening of this screw meant you will put in one first strike in your round, won't make your bolt action ready, so she won't shoot. Then you may be seeing, it's a little bit loose, get it on the field with your fingers just tight enough so it works again. Then making it ready to shoot. Of course you will put another first strike inside, so basically you missed your first shot, you're wasting two first strikes, you basically mostly are exposing your position by not shooting effectively, just shooting two first strikes with, I don't know, 100, maybe 200 FPS and not getting to the target. And then at the third time you make the action ready, then you will be able to shoot your enemy. So basically everybody who buys this have to look out for the bolt handle. It have to be tight as fuck, okay? You have to tighten it so it maybe takes some Loctite to make it even further tighter and not losing it so fast, because as soon this one loses itself a little bit, you will have problems to make your gun play ready. Basically, this is one of my biggest concerns about the gun. Yeah, okay, not only that you took one of the oldest mechanics of the Nelson mechanic to work inside, you could gone with a little bit better solution, a little bit more modern. Still Nelson system, but a little bit more modern. I mean, yeah, okay, you don't need so many O-rings in this really old drivetrain, but it's still not nearly as effective as I saw it in other guns. So this gun is working, don't get me wrong here. I don't say it's a total piece of crap, but for me personally, when I pay such an amount of money for a marker, I am expecting a working package. I'm not willing to put in effort to make the magazines works also with you sometimes out of quality shape first strike rounds, which are too big. I'm not willing to work around the problem of the 4 screws, and also I'm not willing around the problem about, along the bolt and the bolt handle. Also, some of my paintball playing friends who also bought the Scout as one of the first which were here available in Germany had some problems with the O-ring on the whole hammer bolt assembly, which were constantly after 40 to 50 first strikes just blown off the gun. I didn't encounter this problem, so I can just here take the words of my friends in, but it happened. I saw it, and it's not really nice to have the one O-ring getting blasted off and you don't have, at least right now at the moment, you don't have the O-ring as a separated item to buy. So basically all players who have a problem with the O-ring need to get them by themselves an O-ring right now in the moment. I think First Strike will change this soon and bring a repair kit out with the O-rings which are needed for the guns, but until then, enjoy if you have this problem. Like said, I'm not bashing this gun, so it's total crap. It works. It is a solid metal marker. It has its flaws, and I personally am not willing to take those flaws and work around them, because at this price I expect a marker which is just working. You have one product of a competitor, this is the MG100, you take it out of the box, you disassemble it once, you put your grease on, whichever you need, put it back together, and basically my MG100 runs since I bought it in Germany, and I was on a lot of games. I shot about 2,000 to 3,000 first strike through it and some round balls. And I didn't have a break, I didn't have nothing. No issues. The biggest issues were with one magazine, because it's a little bit itchy inside, but this is a whole nother story. First strike, get your shit together. When you bring out markers, bring out a marker which is working, not like the T15, which is basically since generation 3 a really good and relative reliable marker. I see every day a lot of people on the playing fields which are more screwing and repairing the gun than playing. It is working the most time, but they need certainly more repair time than me with my normal equipment. Also, take your time to, when you release a freaking bolt action marker, it shouldn't be the oldest freaking technique you build in. It should be reliable. It should not have some baby illness, sickness. I don't know. In German we have the words Kinderkrankheit. This is basically, yeah, baby sickness, say baby illness. it would be nice to get a marker which is working. So now let's come to the final verdict. So my overall rating after this short unboxing and short rant about the gun is, I would give the gun itself a 6 out of 10. Basically just because it is disappointing that the marker, the magazines and the ammunition from the same manufacturer don't work flawlessly. Also, it's not so FPS range narrowed to a small range of FPS, which I can accept to being a bolt action marker sold separately for such a big amount of money. So depending, counting in the money we have to pay, the maintaining and how it's resolved, and the issues with the first strike rounds, plus the FPS range, which are mostly depending also on the rounds, not only on the old drivetrain which is built in the marker. I give this gun as a conclusion a 6 out of 10. Angry Canneloni, over and out, and now enjoy the FPS range footage, and we see us at the next video. Bye.
Ty masz jeszcze moją premierę. Да. Тут не пошел. Ty masz самой być. Хочешь? Сама. Ой, на коче садить.